Okay, so let's come down to seated.
I'm just going to start off.
Nice and simple, feet together, knees together, hands square behind. And we're just going to start rocking those knees from side to side, starting off quite small movement, and then as we get more into it, going further and further. The aim eventually of getting that knee down to the floor on each side. Okay, we're going to do another 10 of these in total, 5 each side. Okay, good. Okay, right. Next one, we're going to keep the legs in that same position, but we're going to lay down to the floor, keeping the back flat on the floor. We're going to do the same again, but we're going to go for 20 in total. So let's try and get those knees down towards the floor. You will have the glutes on one side just lifting off the floor as the knees come over to the other side. That's okay. Okay, keep it going. When we get to 20, what we're going to do is as those knees come over, the knee that's on top is just going to drive upwards slightly, pulling it high. And then over to the other side, drive the knee up, back into the middle. Over. Drive the knee up. So keep going with those. Okay, from there then, we're going to go up into a glute bridge, push those hips high, and we're going to hold there now. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. We're going to rest for 15 seconds, then we're going to go up and hold it again for 15 seconds, okay? So get ready. In 5 seconds, we're going to go back up again. 3, 2, 1. Glute bridge, holding it high. Then we're going to do 15 seconds rest, then we're going to go 30-second glute bridge, right? Okay, ready to rest then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. 15 seconds rest, and then we're going to go back up again for 30. And in that time, I'm going to let the dog in because she's scratching. Okay, ready to go up? 4, 3, 2, 1, and up into that glute bridge. Okay, keep holding it. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to have 15 seconds rest, then we're going to go up for one more for 60 seconds. 60-second glute bridge. We're going to get those glutes warmed up, firing and engaged this morning. Okay, ready to go then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up into that glute bridge. We're going to hold here now for 60 seconds. A nice straight line between the knee, through the hip to the shoulder. Keep it high. Okay, lovely. Okay, that's halfway. Fifteen seconds left. Beginning to feel it in the hamstrings now as well. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, just give a second to get ourselves back together. From here, we've got our knees bent, feet flat on the floor. We're going to straighten our right leg, and we're just going to do some leg swings with that now, bringing it up so the toes point towards the ceiling. Okay, 4 more, and then we're going to change legs. Okay, put that foot down onto the other one. Four more. Okay, feet back down, flat to the floor. We're going to go for 5 on the first side, but this time we're going to kick a bit harder so that we end up bringing our foot more towards vertical to get a bit more out of that hamstring, okay? So for 5, we're a bit warmer now, using a bit more momentum to get a bit more range out of that hamstring, and then change sides once you've done your 5. Okay, good. From there, we're just going to put our feet together, down on the floor, and we're just going to let our knees drop out. Let the knees drop out, so you feel a nice stretch. Okay, just going to hold there, unless you get cramp. Oh. Okay, stay there. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then we're going to come up into a bit more work on the hamstrings. So we're going to rock back and come forward, bring our legs out, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, reaching forward. So we're going to go for 10 of those. Be careful of whatever's behind you. Don't bang your head as you go backwards. Okay, once we've done those 10, we're going to do 5 more, but with straight legs. So both pointing forwards. Okay, great. Once we're done there, we're just going to go for 10 in total, just squeezing the knee in. Just have a bit of a break before we go back onto the onto the hips. And the hamstrings, actually. Okay, grab a drink if you need one. Okay, so sat here, legs out about 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Nice and steady. So to begin with, we're just going to work on the left leg, and we're just literally going to raise that leg off the floor as much as you can for 6 reps. Not, sorry, when I say as much as you can, I don't mean like try and lift it up above your head, just off the floor, a few inches. Okay, it's quite an uncomfortable movement. Once the left leg's done, we're going to do the same on the right. For 6. Okay, give yourself a little bit of a break. And then we're going to move on then. So what's going to happen is we're going to raise that left leg up, going to bring it into the middle, and out again and down. We're going to do the same on the right then, up, into the middle, back and down. And just repeat then from leg to leg, bringing it up, into the middle, across and down. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to move on then to bringing it up, past the middle, across to the other leg, and back out again, up, across to the other leg. Okay, good. Okay, a couple more. Okay, then we're going to go back to 3 leg lifts, and this time we really want to try and lift it quite high. So without going crazy, just lift it as high as we can. Okay, good, and then 3 on the other side. Okay, great. So this is when we need our little bottles or whatever it is you've got. And we're going to put those 2 out in front of us here. Ooh, if they'll stand. Yeah. And then the idea being we're going to go back to bringing the foot up, across to the other foot, and back again, but this time your foot's going to come up, along, over the first bottle down to the floor, over the second bottle, over to the other leg, alright? Okay, so over, down, over, down. I'm going to work through that then, doing 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and just keep working through. Just trying to keep as much control as possible. If you want to make it harder for yourself, try and keep your foot as close to the bottle and as close to the floor as possible without actually touching any of them. If you knock the bottle over, you have to do 50 burpees. Okay, so we're going to do 4 more in total. So 2 more on each side. Feels like that game where you've got the little metal maze and you have to run the metal loop around the maze without touching it and setting off the alarm, I think. Okay, good. Oh. Okay, lovely. Right. From there then, final task. This is the advanced challenge. It is going to be see if you can lift both legs off at the same time. So you might want to bring your hands down neck towards your knees here, and we're going to lift both legs off at the same time. Just hold and down. Both hold at the same time, hold and down. If that's too easy, both legs off at the same time, along, up, over the bottles, in, up, along, and down. And then I've got cramp in my quad, so I'm going to stop there, but you're welcome to keep going. Okay, I'll put those to the side for the time being. We're going to do a little bit of work on the upper back and the shoulders. So we're going to come over, so to get them warmed up from here, we're just going to get our right hand looking and pointing towards the ceiling. I'm going to go for 20 of these in total, okay? So we like the big reps this morning. So really open up that upper back, chest, shoulder, look and point towards the ceiling. Okay, I've lost count, but let's do 6 more total. Okay, great. Let's just come back to kneeling. Do some nice circles with shoulders. And then once you've done a few of those, we're just going to come across the chest. Okay, great. And then overhead, trying to get those arms pointing up towards the ceiling. Okay, good. Then we're going to come back down again to here, fingertips to forehead, and we're going to go for 10 on each side, elbows tracking from pointing to the floor to pointing to the ceiling. Nice little pause at the top. Okay, great. Then on the other side. Okay, good. Before we start the next thing, have a little break, grab a drink if you want one. We'll need the bottles for this next piece. Okay, so last week or the week before, we did our ITYWs. So we're going to go back into those, then we're going to bring the bottles in to make things slightly more tricky. So let's do a few of those to start with. So just a reminder, forehead down to the floor, and then arms out in front, starting at I, out to Y, out to T, into W, okay? And then, so you were at the bottom of the press up here, then back up W, T, Y, and I, okay? So let's go through a few of those. Just in your own pace. I, Y, T, W. Oh, knocking everything over here. If you want to make it into more of a flowing arch rather than a strict I, Y, T, W, that's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the bottles. We're going to start on, if we put our arms out into the Y position, you can't hardly see my bottles now. I'm holding my arms out in the Y position and I've put my bottles down on the floor. I'm just going to pull them in slightly towards me. So I'll put them here so you can see them. And then from there then, we're going to use that like we did with our legs earlier. So we'll start with the I, we're going to lift our hands up. They're going to have to come up over the bottles to get to Y, out to T, and into W, okay? So in your own time, just work through those. Doing your I, Y, T, Ws, but you're going to have to come up and over the bottles. Asks quite a lot of your lower back. Okay, just one more. Good. Okay, lovely stuff. And then finally, just with one bottle in your hand, we're just going to recreate the halo movement, but with no weight, just so we're getting the movement fully dialed in. So we're going to hold the bottle like this. We're just going to send it round the back of the head, just for 10 in each direction, alright? So yeah, there's no weight, but it's still a nice movement for the shoulder joint, for the upper back. Okay, lovely stuff. Once you've done your 10, go back in the other direction. Okay, great. Okay, so moving on from there, as we've done every week for a long time now, and we should definitely be seeing some improvement, we're going to go into our 90-90s, so we're going to be sat in this position here. We're going to send both knees over to one side, over the knee, and then keep going from side to side. We're going to start with 20 reps, 10 on each side, just working through in your own time, over that knee. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do a minute, we're going to do a minute then in that down position on each side. And then we'll come back and do a minute then again. So we'll end up doing 2 minutes on each side. Okay, I've lost count as usual. Let's do 6 more, then we'll go into our minute stretch. Okay. Let's think about getting forward into that stretch position then. We'll start in 15 seconds. So we want to be over this front knee, putting some weight down through that front knee, and we're just going to sit there comfortably then, okay? Well, not painful, but uncomfortable, let's say that. Okay, ready to go then. 2, 1, let's go. So we're going to sit here for a minute, then we'll change to the other leg for a minute, come back to this leg, and then back to the second leg again. So 4 minutes total now of stretching here with the glutes. Okay, so if you're able to sit a bit deeper, as things loosen up, then go for it. "20 seconds left. 10. Okay, 5, 4, 2, 1. Okay, we've got 15 seconds just to get ourselves into position on the other side. Okay, we're going to go down in 5, 3, 2, 1. We're on the other side now, sitting over that front knee. Okay, sit a bit deeper. Ten seconds left. 4, 2, 1. Okay, 15 seconds. We're going to go back onto the first leg. We should be able to sit slightly deeper into the stretch this time. Okay, we're getting ready to go down there. We've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's sit a bit deeper into it this time. Okay, just under 30 seconds left. Sit a bit deeper. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 15 seconds, ready for the last one. On that second side now. 4th one in a row. Ready to get into position then. We've got 5, 3, 2, 1. Over that front leg. Okay, a minute here. Let's make it count now. Okay, last 20 seconds. 10, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Okay, great. Lovely stuff. Okay, we're going to go on to the quads now. We've got two options this morning for the way we're going to stretch them. The first is probably the simplest option, which is going to be standing quad stretch. So you know the one up here, standing quad stretch. The second one, slightly more complicated, but if you've got a sofa or probably a sofa, then it's quite a good one. So we're going to step, got our rear foot up on the sofa, knee down on the floor here, sitting forward into the stretch, pushing forward through the hips, high chest, okay? Doesn't matter which one you do. We're going to start at 30 seconds on each side. We'll start that in 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. Either way, you can see you're doing the same things happening. The knees staying down, the rear foot's being pushed or pulled up. This is the lazier version. Okay, 10 seconds, then we'll switch. Then we'll do 45 on each side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Ready to stretch then, starting whenever you're ready. So now, hopefully. Okay, good. Try and relax that quad muscle to help it stretch. Then we're going to go straight back onto the first side for 45 seconds, okay? The downside of this one is your knee gets a bit sore on the floor. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds break just to do that transition. Then we're going to go in for 45 seconds on each leg. So starting then in 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. Pull that foot up towards your back, drive that knee down towards the floor, push the hips forward. Uncomfortable but not painful. To make the most of this time we've given ourselves for mobility this morning. Okay, good. Hang in there. Feels like a long time, this 45 seconds. 15 seconds to go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to take 15 seconds then just to get ourselves sorted and into the position. Okay, we've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back in. Alright, good. Okay, relax that quad if you can. 15 seconds left. Okay, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and now I'm just going to finish off with the hamstrings. We've done lots today, so we're going to go straight into a 1 minute stretch on the hamstrings. And we're literally going to stand. We're going to fold over straight-ish legs, maybe a very soft bend, and we're just going to hang there then for a minute, okay? So we're going to start that in 3, 2, 1. Just hanging over, letting that lumbar spine fold. Let your upper body feel nice and heavy. Twenty seconds left. Sink a bit deeper if you can. Okay, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, down to the floor, seated.
Cross-legged. We're just going to drive
As high as we can up into the ceiling. For 3, 2, 1. Drop the shoulders. Gonna go up again. Driving high. For 3, 2, 1. And down. And we're gonna do the last one for 5. So arms up. Driving for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
There we go.